r/AskReddit by Redmond Dts. What's the worst concert you've ever been to? James Brown was the headliner one night at a festival in the early 2000s. He was wasted. Kept singing the same lines over and over. He introduced the band at least 5 times. He just laid down on the stage and didn't sing for a while. Terrible concert, funny memories. I love to tell this one on Reddit. Went to see Lightning Hopkins out in the field on a flatbed trailer outside of Fort Worth in 1971. He was so drunk he played 3 songs, and 2 of them were the same song. Sir Mix-a-Lot. The opening act warned us it was going to be terrible, and they were right. Oasis, early 2000s. They clearly hated each other, played 6 songs, left the stage after 40 minutes. Bob Dylan in 2014. I love him, but unfortunately he sounded like Cookie Monster. Can't imagine it's improved. Saw Bob Dylan 10 years later. If you heard the Cookie Monster, I heard the corpse of the Cookie Monster reanimated. Aging myself, but sometime in the early 90s I was a huge Guns N' Roses fan, and they were touring with Metallica. I ditched a prom to go in full glam with my date there instead, and Guns N' Roses was very late to set. When they came out, Axl threw a fit, and it ended very quickly. Metallica on the other hand killed it, probably to make it up to fans. I had been indifferent to Metallica before, but became a huge fan afterwards. I still can't believe the adult temper tantrum that thousands of fans witnessed that night by a musician they paid a lot of money for. Sixpence None the Richer in 90s in Austin. Lead singer had a meltdown and ran off stage during Kiss Me. The Brian Jonestown Massacre. Holy shit, what a fucking epic disaster that was. It was like the worst train wreck you've never been able to look away from. At one point his whole band left the stage, and he started playing all their instruments and saying he could play better than any of them. Rolling a joint on stage, going up to the bar, and getting liquor to make his own drink on stage too. It was 3 hours of what the fuck am I doing here? Oh, and it was a Monday night. Went to a festival concert put on by our rock station in the late 90s. Most of the concert was great with many of the acts being awesome. Collective Soul and Lenny Kravitz were awesome. One of the acts that day was Smash Mouth. Holy crap, they were terrible. I think the audience was generally in shock at how awful they sounded live versus their albums. Aerosmith in 2014-ish. Steven Tyler kept forgetting the words and called our city like 5 different and all wrong names during the event. Marilyn Manson. Was so drugged out he was staggering all over the stage, butchering his own lyrics, and sometimes just sat on stage and made weird guttural noises into the mic. Edited to at, since many have asked, I had myself a quick Google of when they were in town. I was at the show in 2012. It was the Twins of Evil tour. They weren't the headliner, but 30 Seconds to Mars was awful, to the point where they were nearly booed off the stage. They were the act leading up to Linkin Park, and all I remember was their singer kept yapping on and on instead of playing a song. At one point he wanted the crowd to cheer louder before they started their next song, and he was either ignored or was booed. Not sure what happened, if he was drunk or on drugs or something, but this was the only bad performance I've been seen by a professional band. Rihanna, loved her up until the concert. Wish I never went. She lip-synced the whole entire time. We were so upset we went to an entire pre-recorded concert. Joe Cocker. He was so drunk he could barely perform and threw up on stage in the middle of a song. I know someone that worked with Joe Cocker. He said that Joe would make himself vomit before every performance, so his voice would be raspy like that. Pretty sad. I've worked in a concert venue for the past 20-ish years and have seen almost everyone at least once. Black Eyed Peas were atrocious, like the truck with their auto-tune got lost on the way. tone deaf. Someone got me Lils and tickets for my birthday, and it was the worst thing ever. Lauryn Hill the night of Trump's first election win. Miseducation was and is one of my top 5 favorite albums of all time, and the way she sang every song was so different from the album. It was awful. And she kept gesturing angrily to someone off stage. Audio tech. I don't know, but it was super uncomfortable. Top that with the audience constantly checking their phones for election results. It was a pretty shitty night. Honestly, the worst show I ever saw was Sublime. It was their last show. The singer was an absolute high mess. He overdosed the following day or something. 2009 American Idol runner-up tour at Wolf Trap. I won tickets and thought, what the hell? I wonder if any of them remember me. I was the only one there. I saw Deep Purple once, and the singer didn't realize his mic was off for half the set. Alien Ant Farm. They played Smooth Criminal about 4 times, and the entire show was just awful. Jerry Lee Lewis. 3 hours late, so drunk he could barely stay on the piano bench. Played 3 songs, slurred his way through them, then got up and walked off stage. Metallica and Guns N' Roses, plus Faith No More, in Montreal's Olympic Stadium in August 1992, the concert where James Hetfield got burned by pyrotechnics, and then Axl Rose had laryngitis and quit after just 6 songs, leading to a small riot. I was only 17, and had a long commute home, so I left before things got too rowdy. My elementary band school concert. I was in the band, we sucked. That's all folks. Thank you for watching. If you like videos like this one, why not like and subscribe for more? Have a nice evening.